Hey everybody, how's it going? Travel Man Dan here, and welcome to today's episode of Food Friday! We're out here at Little Caesars Pizza, as today we're going to be checking out the stuffed cheese and pepperoni pizza. So sit back, relax, and get ready for the show. Let's get out of here!
Food Friday, 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 Food Friday.
Give me something good to eat. We are feasting.
Hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out today's episode. If you're new to the channel and you haven't already, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there. Ring the notifications bell so you're notified when new episodes come out each and every week. And let's go ahead and get started with today's episode. I'm so excited to try out today's pizza. It's because, well, this is the first pizza I've ever done on Food Friday. And being a Buffalo, New York native, well, pizza is part of our culture. It's in our blood. It's everything that we stand for. And I've never done a pizza review on this channel. So this is my very first. But look for many, many more coming up after this one. And so today, I felt like, well, let's go ahead and try out one that is kind of trending. As you know, if you ever seen this channel before, I oftentimes miss the trends. It doesn't really matter. I'm still here reviewing and making this episode, and I really wanted to check out today's pizza. So today we're out here at Little Caesars, and we're gonna be checking out the Little Caesars stuffed cheese and pepper. So I ordered this pizza and the price is $10.95. So not a bad deal, okay? I mean, right away you feel it's got some good weight to it. It's a good sized pie. And you know how sometimes when you order a pizza, you can get it fugazi'd, all right? They call their smalls a medium and their mediums a large. And then you order it and it's just not enough. Well, Little Caesars seem to have done a good job with the ratio and the scale because a large feels like large. Let's go ahead now and crack open the Little Caesars. Whoa! Little Caesars, look at that. That doesn't look like a Little Caesars that I'm used to. It's worth noting that I haven't eaten Little Caesars in probably about 10 years. I find their pizza not very good. I think it's cheaply made. I feel like it's just not a good quality pizza, and you know, I like good quality pizza, but take a look at this pie. It is not bad looking at all. I'm actually really impressed by first sight at looking at this pizza. You can see full of pepperoni, okay? You have the crust, looks like it's risen well and is curled and is buttered well. And well, it's got Parmesan cheese all over it. You can see some basil, some oregano, probably some red flakes in there for some pepper action. This looks like a good pie and I'm excited. Let's go ahead and try out a piece. All right, Little Caesars, there's no need for the He-Man tray because we're going to go ahead and we're going to eat it, I guess, Dave Portnoy style. We're just going to pull a slice off because this is the stuffed cheese and pepperoni crust. We're going to go ahead and eat several slices, but we're going to go ahead and eat them different ways. We're going to start off with your traditional, starting at the little front part of it, eating to the crust, and then we're going to do one where we eat the crust first, going to the front part, and then maybe the third slice. Who the hell knows? We'll eat it however we want. But let's go ahead. Let's pull a good slice off of here. All right, you can feel it's got some weight. One thing that kind of sucked is the Little Caesar people, they did not give me any napkins. This was a to-go pizza from the store in Valencia, and they didn't offer me any napkins. They didn't give me any napkins. So, well, I'm gonna have some greasy fingers, but I think we'll be all right. So right away, taking a look at the slice, it looks like a good piece of pizza, right? Take a look at that. You can see on the bottom part, it's got a lot of oil on it, which is okay for me. I think a good oily pan is nice. It's got a good amount of sturdiness to it. I know you've just seen it flop over. It's not quite like a Brooklyn slice. It's kind of in between. It's not quite like a Chicago pie. And, well, I like all the little flakes of Parmesan that they put on it. So it's been a long time since I've had Little Caesars, so I don't want to continue judging them what I knew before. Let's go in and let's take a bite of this piece of pizza and I'll tell you what I think. Okay, not bad at all. Not bad. First impression is, well, it tastes really cheesy. It's got a really creamy flavor to the cheese. And to be honest with you, I think it's quite tasty. I think the pepperonis are good. They're salty, and you get a little taste of those Parmesan flakes that are sprinkled all over each piece of the pepperoni. Really not a bad first piece. And let's go in for a second bite. Wow, Little Caesars. One thing I can notice about this pizza, it's traditionally like a lot of the cheaper pan style pizzas, like your Pizza Hut, like your Domino's. It's got a lot of oil going on there, but it's got a nice flavor. Not overpowering on the yeast and the dough. It's really not bad. It's got a good feeling to it. The oil is kind of dripping all over my finger. But now, this is what I really wanted to get into, and that is the crust. I was a little skeptical. I thought they might only just go ahead and put cheese in there and a couple pieces of pepperoni, but I'm here to find out. We can see, if we take a look from the side, you can see that the cheese and pepperoni are popping out of this thing. And, well, let's go ahead and bite into it. Wow. Wow. Okay. All right, right away, the cheese that's in the crust is the same cheese that they use on top of the pizza, but it's more condensed. As we can see, you can see thick portions of it are just oozing on that thing. And just like the cheese, the pepperoni is the exact same. The exact same pepperoni that's on top of this pizza is rolled up in there. But what I really like about this, what really brings it to the next level, what separates it from a lot of pies, is after you get done with this little triangular section of the pizza, this part, you may be feeling like, you know what, crust is dry. I don't want to eat a big thing of dough. I want a little more of what I had before. So what they went ahead and did is they added that cheese and that pepperoni in there, and boom, that's exactly what you get. When you bite into that crust, you taste that pepperoni, that saltiness, that greasiness, you get that cheese flavor, and I gotta say, it's pretty dang good. I'm surprised I don't see this more often. I bet you're going to see it a lot more now that Little Caesars has done it. Other pizzerias, large corporations and chains are going to follow suit. Little tiny mom and pops, as if they might not have already experimented with it, are probably going to do it. Who knows? Maybe they'll start putting mushrooms, jalapenos, and anchovies in there too. We're going to have stuffed crust. What the hell? Why not? Everybody likes pizza. Let's go in for another bite. Not bad. Really, not bad at all. All right, going back in for a second slice. This time we're going to start with going on the back end, right? We're going in the rear first. We're going to bite right into that doughy part that has the cheese in it, that has the pepperoni rolled around it, and that gives it this signature dish of being the stuffed cheese and pepperoni crust pizza. Here we go. Oh yeah. Really nice. Really nice, gives it a lot of flavor. One thing that biting into the crust first reminds me of was kind of like biting into a garlic knot. All right, they don't have as much sauce stuffed in the crust, which I think is good. They have the cheese, they have the pepperoni, which gives it that salty kind of good flavor, and then it's got that dough, and the dough really is quite good. And for, like I said before, Little Caesars is of the cheapest pizza, right? It's known for being cheap and giving you a stomach ache or afterwards. I gotta tell you, for $10.95, it's not bad at all. I mean, take a look. It's a good looking pizza right there. They didn't skimp on anything. You can see they have a plentiful supply of pepperonis. And then on that pepperoni is tons of little specks of Parmesan, pieces of spices, really good. Okay, the dough is nice. The sauce, which I really think is the deal breaker of all pizzas. Because sometimes you can have a sweet sauce, and yeah, if you're not into sweet sauce, you can kind of pass along on that pizza. But sometimes if you have a really good sauce and you have bad ingredients on top, still doesn't matter. The pizza's really good. So I think the sauce is the ultimate deal breaker when you're dealing with pizza. I think that the pepperonis are good. It's really salty, but overall it's good, and we are feasting. Really greasy. Keep that in mind. Definitely has a nice touch on it of oregano, which may be a good thing, because maybe you like oregano, but maybe you don't want a super powerful oregano tasting flavor. But for here, it seems to be done well. You're going to taste it in some bites, you're going to taste it in others, and overall, I gotta say, it's pretty dang good. Yeah, just overall, it's a step above your cafeteria pizza. And I would say, actually, if you're gonna think about ordering pizza and this is an option, you might want to consider, because to be honest with you, it's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I was thinking Little Caesars, it's gonna taste like cardboard, it's gonna be dry, the cheese is gonna suck, the pepperonis are terrible, but I was pleasantly surprised at how delicious this was. Let's go in for one last piece, and well, if you're gonna eat pizza, you gotta eat at least 3 pieces. Take a look at this guy. Take a look at that pizza. That is good right there. That is a good looking piece of pizza. You can still get the New York fold going. You can eat the corner right here. I like going with the traditional bite in. And then, knowing at the end of this pizza, I'm gonna have some more cheese and pepperoni within the crust. It has something to look forward to. Okay, so a couple of things I want to bring up. First of all, it's about 105 degrees out here in Valencia, California right now, and I can't run the air conditioning in the truck because the sound sucks. I can't have the windows rolled up because I start really dripping sweat, and just gonna have to bear with it. But one thing I do notice about eating this, I'm 3 slices in, and it is heavy. Heavy. Like, to the point of, like, after you eat one real deep dish Chicago pie, and you're just like weighed down, and you can't move. Well, I'm only 3 slices in, and I'm really starting to feel that. I'm starting to feel the weighed downness of, maybe it's the grease, maybe it's the cheaper ingredients. I don't know, but I definitely feel it. There is a ton of cheese in here. There's lots of pepperoni. The first 2 pieces were really good, but the second and third slice, I could start to feel it's slowing me down, and that usually doesn't happen. But we're gonna fight on. We're gonna finish this as we get to the last part of this 3rd slice, and you can see all the pepperoni and cheese have been eaten off of that initial playing field, and now we're going into the crust where there's more pepperoni and thicker cheese. Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for us today on this episode of Food Friday. Wow, that was so much fun, and I'm so impressed by Little Caesars, an American classic pizzeria that has evolved over time and has really turned out a delicious pizza with something new and innovative, like the stuffed crust pepperoni and cheese. It was just, when I saw the commercial, their marketing worked. It drew me in. I wanted to check it out. I grew up in the 80s, and I was most familiar with the little Roman Caesar guy where he goes, pizza, pizza, boom, at the end, and the pizzas flip over and they go back on this little spear there. But those days, the pizza was okay, and then it went through a stretch, I would say about the mid to late 90s, up until about a few years ago that I know of, that their pizza was awful. It was like eating cardboard. It was like eating basically the box. It's still really cheap. For $10.95, I felt like this was a good pizza, and I hope that you enjoyed watching this episode. If you're new to my channel and you haven't already, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there. Ring the notifications bell so you're notified when new episodes come out each and every week. Go ahead and give me a like on this video. Drop me down in the comments below what you liked about it. Were you interested in Little Caesars Pizza? Have you tried it, and what's your opinion? Or if you can suggest another place you'd like me to review here on Food Friday, I'd love to hear from you. But that's gonna do it for us today. I hope you saw something fun and cool, like, well, the stuffed cheese and pepperoni crust pizza from Little Caesars. It's new, it's creative, and if you haven't tried it, I'm sure you're gonna love it. I hope you learned, something new and interesting, like the evolution of Little Caesars and how they went from that weird cardboard block that was like $5 to this delicious looking pizza that you saw today on today's episode. But most of all, I hope you were inspired to get your butt to a Little Caesars and try out this stuffed cheese and pepperoni pizza. You're gonna absolutely freaking love it. It's so delicious. It's got everything you're looking for. It's got more pepperoni than you can imagine. It's got tons of cheese, and it's just kind of their way of adding something different to their pizza. And I gotta commend you, Little Caesars, great job. I really enjoyed your pizza. Thanks again for watching this episode of Food Friday. I'm Travel Man Dan, and remember, it's a big world out there. Make sure you see every bit of it